And you have a bodybuilding background. That's kind of how you found us, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. When did you first get into bodybuilding?
I did my first bodybuilding competition on my 50th birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a late bloomer.
I was, man. But when I was 43, going back to when I was living in Brooklyn with my wife.
Yeah.
And she got me into the gym. I was
She
still
did,
smoking.
really?
The first day I pulled up to the gym, I was riding a moped, right? In Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn
And this is how
moped.
lazy I was, dude. Like, the gym was a block and a half away.
Yeah.
And I hopped onto my moped smoking a cigarette.
This guy, you don't want to walk and smoke a
And
cigarette.
the first 2 days I was there, man, this guy just kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Right? And other people in the gym were like, we thought you were going to die, dude. He was killing you. But like anything, I was like, yeah, he kicked my butt. And I'd go back and I just laid out on the bed. And that's the start of my journey. It didn't start out that, 10 years from then I was going to be stepping on stage for my pro card.
Yeah.
Which is what happened.
Yeah.
It's an evolution, right? Just like your
So what was your
business.
goal when you first got into it?
To just get healthier, man. Get a six-pack and, make my wife happy.
I can't picture you in, like, bad shape. Were you in bad shape back then?
Dude, I was super, super skinny, dude.
Yeah.
Super skinny.
Really?
And I probably, and plus, recovering, from alcohol and everything.
Yeah.
I was just now starting to get healthy again.
Okay.
I probably weighed about 135 pounds back then.
Yeah.
Barely picking up a 20-pound dumbbell for 10 reps,
Wow. And your wife at the time, was she into bodybuilding or just working out?
No, she's got a physical education background from
Okay.
Argentina, where she's from.
Gotcha.
And she loved riding her bike. She would ride from Queens to Montauk,
Wow.
right? And then take the train back, the LIRR, right?
Yeah.
And that was like 103 miles.
Yeah.
So she was really fit.
Wow.
Yeah.
She had no choice.
I did not. I'm
So
afraid
she's
of my
like,
life.
you're going to be with me. You got to get in the gym.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And so that's how it started.
Yeah. Got it.
And-
When
but
did
then
you
there was
decide to, like, really make a run at it and compete?
Well, I started looking at, the muscle magazines and everything. And when I was a kid, that's one of the things I wanted to do secretly was be a bodybuilder. I never expressed that to anybody.
Really?
Yeah. But that was back in the golden era, Arnold and everybody. And I just started, diving into it. And, it's, if you're anybody that has an addiction, right, you're going to just replace it, with something else. And that was a good, healthy addiction.
Guys, that's who you replaced your drinking with, was bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I found it and I liked it.
Yeah.
And it made me feel good. Endorphins, right?
Yeah.
Dopamine hits, right? And that's how it started.
Yeah.
And then about 3 or 4 years later, I was like, got a coach. And then I was like, hey, let's make a run for this.
Yeah.
And then we started in the physique, which is, the board shorts, guys with skinny legs, right? 6-pack, no legs, right? And then I did 3 of those, and then I got Silvio was my coach, and then we went to classic physique,
Okay.
which is the next step up, and we started winning competitions. Not
Yeah.
only in my age division, but I competed down.
Wow.
And we were bulking up. I think I got up to about 220 and shredded back down. And when I stepped on stage, was like really shredded about 177. Wow. And we just started winning comps. And then I went to 10 years to the month, stepped on stage for my pro card and got 3rd.
That's awesome.
And 2 steps away from, or 2 places away from being a pro.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How much does that help? Like, going through bodybuilding, learning that industry, it's a lot of dedication. Yeah. There's ups and downs, right? There's goals you set, you hit. There's goals you don't. You gotta, this muscle's not growing as fast. What can we do to get this thing? Like, it's not just, hey, I started working with a coach, and next thing you know, I'm on stage. There's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot.
How much did that help you when you joined this business? Because it's, I look at the two. There's a lot to this business too. There's a lot of ups and downs. I was talking about Thomas Rondo, who you mentioned earlier before we even got on here. So check out his podcast. He's another guy. Now he's in his early 20s, Marine, but he's bodybuilding, and he says, like, he can't function throughout his day if he doesn't start his day at the gym. Right?
That's right.
But how much what you learn in bodybuilding, how much did that help you in this industry?
That bodybuilding taught me discipline, right? And you have to be disciplined. And because there's 3, anything that I've done in life, there's 3, key areas that have helped me, right? And but the discipline is the glue that holds those 3 things together. Yeah. And so one is your habits, right? What you're constantly doing throughout the day, right? Because your habits they form everything. Yeah. But discipline, man.
What was your discipline like before you got into bodybuilding?
Shit.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that.
You can say it.
Yeah.
It's all good. We stay away from the big words, but what do you do?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
But that taught me. But you see, bodybuilding is, you think it's an individual sport, but it's not. It's a team sport.
Okay.
And there's me and my coach.
Yeah.
And my coach is the one that actually breathed life into the vision until I had the capacity to continue breathing it.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds deep, right?
Yeah.
It
that
is.
makes sense, though.
It is.
Yeah.
But you see, and just like this business, Sean is one of my mentors, and he helps breathe life into me until I can believe it. Right? So you have to have that person that breathes life into you, that can say, all right, you can have this success if you do X, Y, and Z. You have to do the work. I'm not going to take credit for your success, but I'm not going to take credit for your failure either.
Sure.
You have to do the work, right? And bodybuilding just taught me, hey, like, get up in the morning, go when you don't want to go, do the things that you don't want to do, right? When you don't want to do them.
Which translates so well to this business. I mean,
Absolutely,
when do you meet with people? When it's convenient for them and it's inconvenient for you, right?
That's right.
Yep. At night, weekends.
Yeah.
Same time you'd love to be hanging out with your family doing stuff, but you're right. It's when it's hard.
Yeah.
When you don't want to.
There's going to be sacrifices along the way.
Sure.
You know, and bodybuilding was one of the sacrifices that I made in this business.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in the past, you sacrificed things for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Then you got this thing going, and you had to sacrifice bodybuilding for this.
Yeah. I did because I had to make it work.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding didn't pay the bills.
Right. Were you still kind of hanging out? Because I even remember when you came up here last, I think you were getting ready to compete and stuff. Like
I was, but it just fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
And it's been one of those things that I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to it and this and that. And then it's like something happens in a business. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Guess what? 4:30, I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm not at the gym. I'm working.